Good evening, folks. Fingers crossed. Hopefully this microphone is now working. I got a brand new cable today, so we don't have to do the headphone thing anymore. And apologies for the replay viewers for the last couple of Periscopes where the sound hasn't been that good. It's because I use this microphone so often. This is about scope number 135. Good evening, Nina. Good evening, Simon. The 135 Periscopes, the wire for the microphone just couldn't handle it anymore. Let me know. Barbu's here. Barbu, great to see you. Fanny's here. Great to see you. Let me know if this sounds better now. Hopefully it does. I just tested it on Facebook Live and it sounded great. Well, it sounded all right. You know, it's not broadcast quality, but it sounds a lot better than the microphone that we just use in the iPad. All sounds good. I'm getting thumbs up. Evening, Ross, and all on the scope, says Simon. Fine, says Nina. Fantastic. Honestly, it's amazing how £15 can make me so happy. I've got a new cable. It's £15 well spent, and the old one is in the bin. Guys, I'm also ridiculously excited because tomorrow morning, and for those watching this on the replay, by the time you are watching this replay, my high performance science-backed positive psychology program for actors, it's called Bulletproof Actor, Unstoppable Confidence, Infinite Success, will be live for registration. Enrollment will be open. It's open for just 7 days until the 10th of November. So from the 3rd of November 2016 to the 10th of November 2016, you can enroll on this 5-week program that I swear to God will absolutely transform your life if you commit to it and you take part in it. Is 2 and 3 still available for free videos? Okay, so the free videos that Fanny's talking about there, that I gave away earlier this week, are still available until tomorrow. So when they're going to come down at some stage tomorrow, it will probably be tomorrow evening. So if you've not seen videos 1, 2 and 3 in the free mini course that I gave away earlier this week, go to bulletproofactor.com straight after this scope and get them. Okay, you can't download them, you've got to watch them. All right, it's about an hour's worth of video. Video 1's about 32 minutes, video 3 is 20 minutes, and video 4 is about 20 minutes. No, I said that all wrong. Video 1 is 32 minutes, video 2 is 22 minutes, something like that, and video 3 is 22 minutes. And then tomorrow video 4 is out, which is an entire overview of what the full Bulletproof Actor, Unstoppable Confidence, Infinite Success program is all about. Gary, good evening. He's here as well. It's effectively, guys, it's a 5-week program. There's 2 versions of it. There's an independent study version you can do on your own, in your own time, at your own pace. You can do it in 5 weeks, or you can do it in 5 months, or just whenever you like. But if you want to take part in the VIP version, which there is, that includes some live weekly coaching calls, 1 a week for 5 weeks. So the reason that it's 5 weeks is there's 5 units to the program. I've got the units here. These are the 5 workbooks that you get with it as well. You can download these workbooks. They're super high quality, in-depth workbooks. Simon, you wanted to see these, didn't you, mate? So Simon was worried about how much writing there is to do in the program, because I'm not great at writing. I'm like, don't worry about that. Don't let that limiting belief of you not being great at writing limit you to do a course that's going to destroy your limiting beliefs. It's rather ironic if that's the thing that holds you back from destroying your limiting beliefs, is a limiting belief. But it will be for most people. Most people will have limiting beliefs about time, money, why it isn't the right time for them to do this program, why it's not the perfect time, all these things. Trust me, there will never be a perfect time for you to do anything in your life. Don't bullshit yourself or me about these silly little excuses for why you cannot now commit to success. This isn't for people who are interested in having success or who want to dabble in success. That's bullshit. I'd rather you didn't do the program. I don't want to work or waste my time with people who just want to dabble in it. If you're committed, I want you in this program. Do you know what night the VIP will be on? Okay, so yeah, I do actually. I've worked out the calendar today. So the first VIP call is going to be, if I can bring my calendar up now. Where's my calendar? Here. It's going to be on the 17th. It's going to be on Thursday, the 17th of November. Then we've got one on the 24th, one on the 1st of December, one on the 8th of December, and we finish on the 15th of December. So it's every Thursday night from the 17th at 7:30 p.m. live online. You can take part from your iPad, your phone, and we do 1 unit of this a week. This is for accountability and to keep you on track, so that by the 15th of December, you will be like in such a peak state of being. Hopefully, you know, it's an ongoing journey, this, you know. There will obviously, it's not do this for 5 weeks and then that's it, you know, you are completely, you know, you're going to be a millionaire. This program will effectively set you up for a life of success if you continue to use the strategies that are within it. And it finished on the 15th of December. The reason why I wanted to do it before Christmas and not wait for the new year is I want you guys to be absolutely in peak state to basically finish in the 15th of December, enjoy your Christmas, enjoy your new year, knowing you have absolutely smashed this course out, you know, you've sorted out your mindset, you know what you need to do. So you can then start in January from a rolling start, a sprinting start effectively, rather than all the sheep and all the losers who are going to now be winding down for the rest of the year, and they're going to be like, oh, I'll have success in the new year when I can be asked. I'll plan my goals in the new year when I can be asked. I'll lose weight in the new year. I'll start the gym in the new year. All this bullshit that they do every single year, and then they're not going until March because they're like, you know, they're a crawling start in January. People taking this program will be ready to absolutely smash it come the 2nd of January. You're going to be like completely on it. So that's the reason why the live calls are going to be for those 5 weeks, and they finish on the 15th of December. But Simon, I want to do book club obviously, but let me just show you I'll show you some of the lessons that are in this book. So generally, we've got, what I do is this is one of the lessons on limiting beliefs and my old bullshit story. I give a lot of myself in this program, and I share a load of my old limiting beliefs, and effectively I take you through the strategies that changed my life around using all my examples. So for this, for example, I will give you all of my answers, what I wrote down and how they were affecting my life. And then what I do is then on the next page, or in a couple of pages time, I give you a blank one of those. So you do it yourself. So there's all examples of what you do. There's no essays to write in this. It's really like a brain dump. You're just dumping your brains out onto the page, all about your life, your past experiences, how they have held you back to this day, limiting beliefs they have created for you, you know, things really that are roadblocks between you and success. Because I promise you, in life, the only thing between you and success is yourself. It's not all those things that you think it is. It's not a lack of funds, a lack of this, a lack of that, a lack of love, all this kind of stuff. It's your beliefs around those things, why you don't feel you deserve to have more money, why you feel you can't go out and get more money, you can't go and find love, you can't have success in your career. All this stuff is in here. You will never out-achieve, outperform, or out-earn your belief system. So if your belief system is saying you are currently here, you'll always be currently here until we change the goalposts. And that's exactly what this program does. So I'm so excited about it. When I do the live training, it's 5 of the best weeks of my life, taking people through this. I took 51 people through it last February, and you'll be able to hear from them tomorrow in the on the registration page. There's some testimonials from some people, video testimonials. You'll be able to hear how it changed their lives for them. Alex is here. Good evening, Alex. And it's been phenomenal to see them, and we have a secret Facebook group as well, where people going through the program all get together. We create an awesome community. We have these live group calls. So these live coaching calls are group calls where everyone jumps on, everyone can see everyone can talk. It's like a massive group conference call, and we go through the unit. People ask their own questions, can tell us their own stories. We get to know everybody really, really well, and we just create this super supportive mastermind group. It's amazing. The first 30 people tomorrow as well to sign up for the VIP package, the live call one, will get access to literally hundreds of pounds worth of bonuses as well. I've set up webinars, exclusive webinars, with some awesome high performance coaches over in LA. You get access to those that you don't get in the regular program, and unfortunately the guys who were on the program last time didn't get access to either. This time I brought some other people in, but the guys who were on the program last time, you guys will be getting an email soon as well. If you want to join the live calls for this time as a refresher, you'll get them at a discounted rate, so look out on your inbox for that as well, because I didn't want to leave you out of the new stuff as well. So that's enough for Bulletproof Actor for now. If anyone's got any questions about it, ask them at the end of this scope. I'll be more than happy to ask them. Tonight, guys, we're looking at a brand new book called Who Moved My Cheese? Okay, it's by an awesome guy called Kenneth Blanchard, PhD, who's just joined. Miss Gypsy, good evening, Miss Gypsy. Thanks for joining us. Or good afternoon. Miss Gypsy's in America. And it's all about change. Who struggles with change? Simon says, quality sounds superb. He's talking about the Bulletproof Actor course. Simon, it would be a pleasure to have you on it, mate. It'd be awesome. Evening, Miss Gypsy. Yeah, who either struggles with change or feels they need change in their life right now? Because we resist change as human beings. And if you've been doing the same thing over and over again for years and you've not been having the success you deserve, then something's got to change. But for a lot of people, they just continue to do the same thing over and over and over and over again. And they're like, why is nothing happening for me? It's because of this resistance, this fear of change. Let me know if you need some change in your life. Simon says he needs change big time. Anybody else needs change? I tell you what, it's a human need, one of our main human needs, to have variety in our lives. Simon says, yes, stuck in the mud. Simon, man, there's a chapter in Bulletproof Actor almost called Stuck in the Mud. It's called Stuck in a Rut. And there's a great analogy about a farmer driving a tractor that I share in that. You don't need to change your trajectory too much to get out of that rut and end up in a completely different destination. Seriously, it doesn't mean that nothing's working for you. It just might mean that something needs tweaking, something needs changing. And that's what we're going to look at in tonight's book. So this effectively can be read in an hour, but obviously we're going to spread it over 4 book clubs. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the book, then we're going to do 15 minutes on it, and then we'll do 15 minutes next week, 15 minutes the week after, 15 minutes the week after that, and we'll have nailed a full book on book club. We've never done that before. We normally only get through a couple of chapters. We're actually going to read an entire book on book club this time, so you probably don't even need to go and buy this one. I'm going to read it to you. I'm going to read it at the back, just tell you a little bit about it. So it says, written for all ages, this story takes less than an hour to read, but its unique insights can last for a lifetime. Who Moved My Cheese is a simple parable that reveals profound truths. It's an amazing and enlightening story of 4 characters, so there's 4 characters in this, guys, who live in a maze and look for cheese to nourish them and make them happy. Cheese is a metaphor for what you need to have in your life, whether it's a good job, a loving relationship, money, a possession, health, or spiritual peace of mind. So for you, your cheese could be anything, something you need in your life. Maybe your cheese is cash, maybe your cheese is love, maybe it's, fulfillment in your job, great body, whatever it is, that's your cheese. Give me some ideas of what cheese is for you. And then he says, and the maze is where you look for what you want, the organisation you work in perhaps, or the family or community you live in. This profound book from best-selling author Dr. Spencer Johnson will show you how to anticipate change, adapt to change quickly, enjoy change, be ready to change quickly again and again. So in the acting industry, in the voiceover industry, you know what, the voiceover industry particularly has been through some massive changes over the last decade. I've been a voiceover artist now for 12 years. And not only has the industry changed, but, well, everything about it has changed in terms of the way people do voiceovers, the way we hook up with people to record them, the way we can record stuff. I can record stuff at home now, the way auditioning for voiceover works, the way voice reels now work in terms of what people require on them. The way voiceover is delivered has changed massively. It's gone from everything being really, really, super voiceover, there's never been a better time, that kind of stuff, to really conversational reads. And a lot has changed, and a lot of voiceover artists have failed because they've not adapted to that change. And the acting industry is the same as well, and you either adapt or you die. Simple as that, okay? People can bitch and moan and whinge about how it's not how it used to be, or how they wish it was the way they wanted it. But ultimately, the ones who are having success are the ones who don't do that. They just get on with how it is and adapt. Okay, same in business, same in any part of life. So, what we're going to do, I'm going to read the first part of this. It's a bit like primary school when your teacher would read you a bit of a fictional story at the end of the day. I'll try and leave you on a cliffhanger, but the part I've highlighted for tonight is kind of cliffhanger-ish, but I don't think there's too many cliffhangers in this book, but you're going to relate to this, okay? So if we're ready, give me some hearts. If for those who are new to the Periscope and you've not done it before, you just touch the screen. Hearts are coming through. I can see the hearts coming through. I think they were yellow ones, they were Simon's. Excellent. Get me some more hearts. I need to see different colours. Come on, guys. Blue, there you go. Awesome. For those watching the replay, you won't have a clue because there aren't any hearts on your replay. Apologies. Join us live next time. So, Who Moved My Cheese? The story, okay? Starts like this. Once, long ago, in a land far away, it's very parable-like here, there lived 4 little characters who ran through a maze looking for cheese Miss Gypsy's driving. Don't do hearts and drive, Miss Gypsy, alright? They ran through a maze looking for cheese to nourish them and make them happy. So remember, your cheese is going to be different to the mice's cheese and to my cheese and everyone else's cheese. 2 of these people in this maze were mice, okay, named Sniff and Scurry. Try and remember that. Sniff and Scurry were the mice. And 2 were little people, beings who were as small as mice, but who looked and acted a lot like people today. Their names were Hem, H-E-M, and Haw, H-A-W, not W-H-O-R-E, alright? Hem and Haw are the little people, and Sniff and Scurry are the mice, okay? Remember that. Due to their small size, it would be easy not to notice what the 4 of them were doing. But if you looked closely enough, you could discover the most amazing things. Every day, the mice and the little people spent time in the maze looking for their own special cheese. The mice, Sniff and Scurry, possessing simple brains and good instincts, searched for the hard nibbling cheese they liked, as mice often do. The 2 little people, Hem and Haw, used their complex brains, filled with many beliefs and emotions, to search for a very different kind of cheese, with a capital C. So maybe that's cash, perhaps, which they believed would make them feel happy and successful. As different as the mice and little people were, they shared something in common. Every morning, they each put on their jogging suits and running shoes, left their little homes and raced out into the maze looking for their favourite cheese. The maze was a labyrinth of corridors and chambers, some containing delicious cheese, but there were also dark corners and blind alleys leading nowhere. It was an easy place for anyone to get lost. So the maze is obviously life, guys. We all have those dark alleys to run down, you know, those blind corners leading to nowhere. Yeah, so these guys would get up, the 2 little people would get up every morning, get the jogging pants on, run out, so would the mice, into the maze, which was life. However, those who found their way, the maze held secrets that let them enjoy a better life. The mice, Sniff and Scurry, used the simple trial and error method of finding cheese. They ran down one corridor, and if it proved empty, they turned and ran down another. They remembered the corridors that held no cheese and quickly went into new areas. So guys, maybe the corridor that you are in right now, Simon, you said you're stuck in the mud, maybe the corridor you're in, mate, just no cheese there anymore. It's empty, so we need to find a corridor where you're going to find some. So anyway, these mice, okay, they ran down one corridor, and if it proved empty, they turned and ran down another. They remembered that the corridors that held no cheese and quickly went into new areas. Sniff would smell out the general direction of the cheese using his great nose, and Scurry would race ahead. They got lost, as you might expect, went off in wrong directions and often bumped into walls, but after a while, they found their way. Like the mice, the 2 little people, Hem and Haw, also used their ability to think and learn from their past experiences. However, they relied on their complex brains to develop more sophisticated methods of finding cheese. Sometimes they did well, but at other times their powerful human beliefs, which is what we talk about in Bulletproof Actor, the whole thing, and their emotions took over and clouded the way they looked at things. It made life in the maze way more complicated and way more challenging. So are your emotions right now and your beliefs making your maze, your life, way more complicated right now? Nonetheless, Sniff, Scurry, Hem and Haw all discovered in their own way what they were looking for. They each found their own kind of cheese one day at the end of one of the corridors in Cheese Station C. So they finally found what they were looking for in Cheese Station C. Now every morning after that, once they'd found what they were looking for, the mice and the little people dressed in their running gear and headed over to Cheese Station C. That's where their cheese was. It wasn't long before they each established their own routine. Sniff and Scurry continued to wake early every day and race through the maze, always following the same route. When they arrived at their destination, the mice took off their running shoes, tied them together and hung them around their necks so they could get to them quickly whenever they needed them again, and then they enjoyed their cheese. In the beginning, Hem and Haw also raced towards Cheese Station C every morning to enjoy the tasty new morsels that awaited them. But after a while, a different routine set in for the little people. Hem and Haw awoke each day a little later, dressed a little slower, and walked to Cheese Station C. So they were no longer running, they were walking. Maybe this is what you've done in your life. You started off dead quick, you've got some success, you've got your cheese, and then you lose it. After all, they knew where the cheese was now and how to get there. They had no idea where the cheese came from or who put it there. They just assumed it would always be there. As soon as Hem and Haw arrived at Cheese Station C each morning, they settled in and made themselves at home. They hung up their jogging suits, put away their running shoes, and put on their slippers. They were becoming very comfortable now that they had found the cheese. "This is great," Hem said. "There's enough cheese here to last us forever." The little people felt happy and successful and thought they were now secure. It wasn't long before Hem and Haw regarded the cheese they found at Cheese Station C as their cheese. It was such a large store of cheese that they eventually moved their homes to be closer to it and built a social life around it. To make themselves feel more at home, Hem and Haw decorated the walls with sayings and even drew pictures of cheese around them, which made them smile. One read, and there it is, "Having cheese makes you happy." Okay, so they even put up pictures like that on the wall. Sometimes Hem and Haw would take their friends by to see their pile of cheese at Cheese Station C and point to it with pride, saying, "Pretty nice cheese, hey?" Sometimes they shared it with their friends, and sometimes they didn't. "We deserved this cheese," Hem said. "We certainly had to work long and hard enough to find it." He picked up a nice fresh piece of cheese and ate it. Afterwards, Hem fell asleep, as he often did. Every night the little people would waddle home full of cheese, and every morning they would confidently return for more. This went on for quite some time. After a while, Hem's and Haw's confidence grew into the arrogance of success. Soon they became so comfortable, they didn't even notice what was happening. As time went on, Sniff and Scurry continued their routine, so back to the mice. They arrived early each morning and sniffed and scratched and scurried around Cheese Station C, inspecting the area to see if there had been any changes from the day before. Then they would sit down to nibble on the cheese. One morning they arrived at Cheese Station C and discovered there was no cheese. They weren't surprised, since Sniff and Scurry had noticed the supply of cheese had been getting smaller every day. They were prepared for the inevitable and knew instinctively what to do. They looked at each other, removed the running shoes they tied together around their necks, put them on their feet and laced them up. The mice did not over-analyse things. To the mice, the problem and the answer were both simple. The situation at Cheese Station C had changed. So Sniff and Scurry decided to change. They both looked out into the maze, then Sniff lifted his nose, sniffed, and nodded to Scurry, who took off running through the maze, while Sniff followed as fast as he could. They were quickly off in search of new cheese. Okay, so maybe for you, your cheese was auditions at some point, guys, right, as actors, and you were getting loads of auditions, and you're like, oh, this is fine, just going to relax now, I'm getting all these auditions, not a problem, and then you get complacent. You take off your running shoes, you put your slippers on, and bang, no auditions one day, and you're like, shit, where are my auditions? And then you're still hanging around right now today in Cheese Station C or Audition Station C, wherever it was, because you haven't even, you've not even contemplated going out to a different corridor to find more auditions. You've not adapted to the fact that the situation has changed. Think about that. So later that same day, back to the people, Hem and Haw arrived at Cheese Station C. They'd not been paying attention to the small changes that had been taking place each day, so they took it for granted their cheese would be there. They were unprepared for what they found. "What? No cheese?" Hem yelled. He continued yelling, "No cheese, no cheese," as though if he shouted loud enough someone would put it back. "Who moved my cheese?" he hollered. Finally, he put his hands on his hips, his face turned red, and he screamed at the top of his voice, "It's not fair!" Sound familiar? You have someone in your life who's like that? Give me some hearts if you've met someone like that, or you recognise a bit of yourself in that. Something's changed, it's no longer there, I've seen the hearts come through, and suddenly it's no longer fair, because it's not your fault. Maybe it is your fault, because you didn't notice what, the change that was occurring. Hoare just shook his head in disbelief. He too had counted on finding cheese at Cheese Station C. He stood there for a long time, frozen with shock. He was just not ready for this. Hem was yelling something, but Hoare didn't want to hear it. He didn't want to deal with what was facing him, so he just tuned everything out. The little people's behaviour was not very attractive or productive, but it was understandable. Finding cheese wasn't easy, and it meant a great deal more to the little people than just having enough of it to eat every day. Finding cheese was the little people's way of getting what they thought they needed to be happy. They had their own idea of what cheese meant to them, depending on their taste. For some, finding cheese was having material things. For others, it was enjoying good health or developing a spiritual sense of well-being. For Hoare, cheese just meant feeling safe, having a loving family someday and living in a cosy cottage on Cheddar Lane. To Hem, cheese was becoming a big cheese in charge of others and owning a big house atop Camembert Hill. Nice cheese references. Because cheese was important to them, the two little people spent a long time trying to decide what to do. All they could think of was to keep looking around cheeseless Station C to see if the cheese was really gone. Trust me, it was gone. While Sniff and Scurry, the mice, had quickly moved on. Hem and Haw continued to hem and haw. They ranted and raved at the injustice of it all. Haw started to get depressed. What would happen if the cheese wasn't there tomorrow? He'd made future plans based on this cheese. The little people couldn't believe it. How could this have happened? No one had warned them. It wasn't right. It was not the way things were supposed to be. Hem and Haw went home that night hungry and discouraged. But before they left, Haw wrote on the wall, another picture, "The more important your cheese is to you, the more you want to hold on to it." So for you, yeah, the more important whatever that cheese is to you, maybe the more protective of it you are, and you think there's only a finite amount of it. This is what a lot of people get wrong. They feel there's, for them, success, whatever success is for them is their cheese. And they're like, you know what, there's only a finite amount of success out there. So if there's 100 units of success, and Simon's got 10 of them, and Nina's got 10 of them, and Miss Gypsy's got 10 of them, oh shit, there's only 70 units of success for me out there. I've got to go grab hold of it, and then I've got to hoard it. And the more important it is to me, the more I want to hold on to it. So that's not a way to kind of look at things with a limited mindset, you know, a very fixed mindset. When you realise there's enough success out there for everyone, and if Simon, Miss Gypsy and Nina's got 10 units each, there's still 1 million units out there, plus infinite units out there for you to get or for me to get, then you can start celebrating in Simon, Miss Gypsy's and Nina's success. So surely this echoes desire is the cause of all suffering. Yeah, I mean, well, it depends really, kind of like, I think desire can be a driving force when you know your why, you know, that your desire, why you want it. But again, it's not becoming attached to it, it's not getting complacent, it's not feeling that once you've got it, you're always going to have it, because that's ultimately the thing. When people have success, suddenly, but then if you can't achieve it, you suffer. Yeah, absolutely. When people have got success and then they become complacent, they put their slippers on and take off their running shoes that they've had on to get that success, they can very quickly lose it. And I've seen this with quite a few people who, well, this is why people become has-beens after, you know, very short periods of time. When they have that initial success, they're like, oh, I have arrived, and then they stop working. The most successful people I've ever read about or I've ever known are the people who kind of like know they're successful, but equally know, and particularly in the acting industry, when they're in a job, they're only like, you know, when that job finishes, one job away from being exactly back to where they were effectively, or in a very similar situation. You would hope with every job you do a good job, which is a springboard for something else. But ultimately, the acting industry can be pretty fickle. So those who do go on to get job after job are the ones who probably put in more and more effort on a consistent basis to stay where they are, because I say this all the time, if you're not growing, you're dying. I don't think you can stay on the same level. I don't think you can. You can't tread water forever. Eventually you're going to tire out and you're going to start sinking. You know, if you were treading water in a swimming pool, you can do it for half an hour, but after that you're going to slowly start losing your energy. You're going to slowly start going under for a bit, and you might come back up for a bit, but then you're going to go back down. Eventually you're going to lose all your energy and you're going to drown. So it's about growing consistently all the time, getting stronger, and not treading water but swimming forwards. If you can swim. I'm not a great swimmer, to be honest. So anyway, yeah, the more important your cheese is to you, the more you want to hold on to it. I'm going to read a couple more pages, okay? The next day, Hem and Haw left their homes and returned to Cheese Station C again, where they still expected somehow to find their cheese. Now remember, they're saying their, as in it's like, this is our cheese. We deserve this cheese. Bullshit, you don't deserve anything. I'll show you a list. Here, one sec. Here's a list of everything the acting industry and the world owes you. Right there. Okay? You don't deserve anything unless you work for it. So it says the situation hadn't changed. The cheese was no longer there. The little people didn't know what to do. Hem and Haw just stood there, immobilised, like two statues. So, Si, if you think you're stuck in a rut, mate, is it that you are just immobile right now? You're like, actually, I've turned the ignition off. You know, maybe you're just like, you are in that immobile state, and we just need to, you know, start the engine again. So Haw shut his eyes as tight as he could and put his hands over his ears. He just wanted to block everything out. He didn't want to know the cheese supply had gradually been getting smaller. He believed it had been moved off all of a sudden. Hem analysed the situation over and over. Eventually his complicated brain, with its huge belief system, took hold. Why did they do this to me? He demanded. What's really going on here? Finally, Haw opened his eyes, looked around and said, by the way, where are Sniff and Scurry? Do you think they know something we don't? Hem scoffed. What would they know? A bit more than you, Hem. Hem continued, they're just mice. They just respond to what happens. We're little people. We're smarter than mice. We should be able to figure this out. I know we're smarter, Haw said, but we don't seem to be acting smarter at the moment. Things are changing around here, Hem. Maybe we need to change and do things differently. Why should we change? Hem asked. We're little people. We're special. This is what people think. We're special. This sort of thing should not happen to us. Or if it does, we should at least get some benefits. Why should we get benefits? Haw asked. Well, because we're entitled, Hem claimed. Entitled to what? Haw wanted to know. We're entitled to our cheese. Why? Haw asked. Because we didn't cause this problem, Hem said. Somebody else did this. Fanny's saying yes, yes, yes. Somebody else did this and we should get something out of it. Haw suggested maybe we should simply stop analysing the situation so much and go and find new cheese. Oh no, Hem argued. I'm going to get to the bottom of this. While Hem and Haw were still trying to decide what to do, Sniff and Scurry were already well on their way. They went farther into the maze, up and down corridors, looking for cheese in every cheese station they could find. They didn't think of anything else but finding new cheese. I'm Hem, damn it, says Fanny. They didn't think of anything but finding new cheese. They didn't find any for some time until they finally went into an area of the maze where they had never been before. Cheese Station N. They squealed with delight. They found what they had been looking for, a great supply of new cheese. They could hardly believe their eyes. It was the biggest store of cheese the mice had ever seen. In the meantime, Hem and Haw were still back in Cheese Station C, for fuck's sake, Hem and Haw. Still in Cheese Station C, evaluating their situation. They were now suffering from the effects of having no cheese. They were becoming frustrated and angry and were blaming each other for the situation they were in. Now and then, Haw thought about his mice friends, Sniff and Scurry, and wondered if they'd found any cheese yet. He believed they might be having a hard time, as running through the maze usually involves some uncertainty. But he also knew that it was likely to only last for a while. Sometimes, Haw would imagine, Sniff and Scurry finding new cheese and enjoying it. He thought about how good it would be for him to be out on an adventure in the maze, and to find fresh new cheese. He could almost taste it. The more clearly Haw saw the image of himself finding and enjoying the new cheese, the more he saw himself leaving Cheese Station C. "Let's go!" he exclaimed all of a sudden. "No!" Hem quickly responded. "I like it here. It's comfortable. It's what I know. Besides, it's dangerous out there." "No, it isn't," Haw argued. "We've run through many parts of the maze before and we can do it again." "I'm getting too old for that," Hem said, "and I'm afraid I'm not interested in getting lost and making a fool of myself. Are you?" With that, Haw's fear of failing returned, and his hope of finding new cheese faded. So every day the little people continued to do what they had done before. They went to Cheese Station C, found no fucking cheese, and returned home, carrying their worries and frustrations with them. They tried to deny what was happening, but found it harder to get to sleep, had less energy the next day, and were becoming irritable. Their homes were not the nurturing places they once were. The little people had difficulty sleeping and were having nightmares about not finding any cheese. That's a cliffhanger, guys. That's about a quarter of the book. It's good, isn't it? Because it's just so simple, but with every single page you will recognise part of yourself in it. I did when I first read it. And we're going to find out whether Hem and Haw, well, what they do next time, whether they do eventually catch up with Sniff and Scurry and find some more cheese. So I don't know what your cheese is, you know, and you'll have probably different kinds of cheese in your life that you're after right now. But ultimately, if you've once had it and you're no longer getting it, or you've never had it and you're still not getting it, cheese that is, something's got to change. Something has got to change, all right? It's got to change. Like I said before, I know people are going to have trepidation about signing up for Bulletproof Actor for this full course, because they're going to be like, oh my goodness, I'm spending money on it. I'm committing 5 weeks of my life to it. It's uncertain. Maybe I'm going to get uncomfortable. Maybe I've got to ask myself uncomfortable questions, which yes, you do. You absolutely do. Oh, I've got to meet new people on the live calls. Yes, you do. But you're going to somewhere you've never been before. You're going from Cheese Station C, where you've been for 2 decades, 3 decades, 4 decades of your life, experiencing no cheese because it's ran out and will never return, and you're going to find Cheese Station N or M or S or T or Z or whatever it is. Insanity is doing the same thing every time and expecting a different result, says Alex. Exactly. Einstein said that and he was absolutely spot on. So have a think what you're doing in your life now. If you've been doing it for more than 3 months and it's not bared any fruit, have a think about what might need to change. And like I said before, it doesn't need to be something massive. It doesn't mean your whole plan isn't working. What it can mean is you just need to adjust your steering ever so slightly. So imagine a tractor in a field with a farmer in it, and every morning he goes to his tractor, this farm, and he gets in it and he turns the key and he drives to the field, the same route every single day. Eventually those tyres are going to dig a rut in the mud so deep that he'll eventually be able to get in that tractor, turn on the key, take his hands off the steering wheel, put it in gear, and it will drive itself to that same destination. Now imagine if the farmer one day put his hands back on the wheel and turned it 5 degrees to the right, just 5 degrees to the right. If he drove for 5 minutes, he's not going to end up in a particularly different destination to where he was going to end up anyway. But if he drove with just a 5-degree turn to the right for 3 months, he's going to end up in a massively different destination. So it doesn't mean that what you're doing right now might not be working in its entirety. You might just need to tweak it a little bit. So think about what changes you can make to be more like Sniff and Scurry, to go and find your cheese, and be less like Hem and Haw, where you're like, no, this isn't fair. This shouldn't be happening to me. I always get shat on. I'm constantly being rejected. No one ever stays with me. All this bullshit. Victim, 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 victim. Life happens to me. Life doesn't happen for me. Life happens for you. Alright? It doesn't happen to you. Please learn, change, adapt to your situation. Because you can complain about it till you're blue in the face, but ultimately no one gives a shit is the harsh reality of it. The people who are changing that situation don't care about how you want it to be. You have to adapt to that situation. This is where businesses will grow or die. Think of all the great brands in the past that have died because they haven't adapted. The game shop I used to work in went bankrupt because they didn't realise, even though staff like me and all the other staff who could see it clearly, that the world was changing and everything was going digital. So everyone wanted to download their computer games, wanted to download their music, wanted to do everything in a non-physical world where you downloaded the files. No, game were like, it's okay, we're just going to sell the physical products forever. People can come and buy CDs from us. Oh, what happens? Oh no, sales are going down. Are you going to go digital? No. Sales are going down. Are you going to go digital? No. Oh, well, you've gone bankrupt. Because they didn't adapt. They could complain and go, well, it's not fair. We've always sold CDs. Well, look what good's that done for you. If you'd adapted and started going digital, you could have cornered that market, monopolised the whole market. They were the biggest chain on the high street for computer games, and they didn't go digital. Eventually, they got bought out for £1, and the company who bought them took on about £90 million worth of debt. They've now turned the company around, and they're doing things very differently because they've gone into digital. But yeah, they could have avoided all of that debt and all of those lost jobs. I just saw Dawn join. Dawn, good evening. So it's interesting, isn't it? Very, very interesting how people just sometimes are so afraid of change, they even when they know they need to, they won't do it, and they just die because they won't adapt. So I hope you found that interesting. I love the book. If you do want to get it, it's only a cheap book. It's about $6.99, and it's only that big. Great lesson learned tonight, says Alex. Nice one, Alex. As I say, we're actually going to finish this book on the next 3 book clubs, so which is exciting. We're going to actually finish it because we normally only get a chance to look at 4 chapters, and the books we normally look at are like this thick. And then obviously you guys have to go out and buy them, but to finish them off. But this time we don't have to do that. You're going to get the full Monty here, so that's value for you. So that's great. I appreciate you for showing up. I'm going to be back on Monday for the next Periscope. But you know what? There's loads going on next week. Because Bulletproof Actor, Unstoppable Confidence, Infinite Success is coming out. Hipster's going to find a PDF and read it along with you. Nice one, Hipster. Fanny is the queen of finding PDF documents of books for free online. Post it in the Facebook group, Fanny, if you find one. And because this program comes out tomorrow, guys, it's going to be open for registration for 7 days. Bulletproofactor.com from 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. You can enroll on this program that I promise you, if you commit to it, will absolutely change your life. No doubt about it. You will have, I guarantee it, you will have more success than you've ever had in your entire life before if you invest in yourself, invest in me. By investing in this program, I will in return invest back in you and make damn sure 2017 is your best year ever. To celebrate this, there's going to be a few live events going on next week. Tuesday night, we're going to do a special Periscope on Bulletproof Actor. People want to ask any questions about it, they can do. Monday night, we've got Periscope, the regular one, Motivation and Mind Hacks. Tuesday night, we're going to do Bulletproof Actor 1. Wednesday night, we're going to do Book Club. Oh, no, we're not. No, we're not. Wednesday night is going to be a special webinar, and it's going to be called The 4 Factors That Are Killing Your Acting Career. And these are 4 things that you won't know about. I promise you won't be aware of them, but I promise you they're going to be killing your acting career right now, and your success in general if you don't become aware of them. I'm going to send you an email about that, and I'll put it all over the Facebook group where you can register for that. It's going to be a super in-depth webinar where it's going to be really content heavy and giving loads of value on there. And then I'm also going to be going through Bulletproof Actor on there as well. For those who haven't already enrolled at that point, I'm going to be telling you more about it. But even if you just turn up to watch the webinar, if you don't enroll on the full program, you're going to learn a lot on that webinar. Yay, says Fanny. So there's loads going on next week, but I'm just super excited for this. And if you are, like I say, if you are committed to success, we're not pissing about. I only had one person on the program last time who was a dabbler, and lo and behold, they didn't finish the program. And it's about 8 months later, and they still haven't finished the program. And I got an email from them the other day full of excuses about why they haven't finished the program. Gary says, looking forward to Bulletproof Actor. Gary, it'd be amazing to have you on board, pal. It'd be awesome. And yeah, they were full of excuses. Oh, I didn't really understand that the format was a weekly basis and you had to come online and do the live webinars. And like, well, you don't, because you can do the independent study version. You can do it entirely on your own. The live webinars there, studies suggest that it's 62% more effective when you study in a group than when you study on your own. So you're going to be held accountable by myself and the group to get through the units. We can get you through any sticking points if you're not quite sure about an exercise you've been through. We're going to get you through it effectively. But she was full of excuses, and I was just like, this is why you're going to be in the same situation next year as you were last year. And anyone who commits to this program will absolutely not be in the same situation they are in now this time next year. You're going to hit your next level, the level beyond that, the level beyond that, and the level beyond that. And the great thing about this program is it will set you up on a cycle that if you continue to implement this stuff into your life for the rest of your life, you will not only have success, but you will breed and cultivate more and more success on top of that success. You will ultimately become more and more successful. That's how the positive psychology, the science about positive psychology in this program works. So it's effectively, if I said to you, would you invest a bit of cash and 5 weeks of your life in order to have more success for the rest of the time you spend on this planet? I hope the answer to that will be yes. For some people, it's probably no, because they'll make a shitload of excuses about why they can't do it or why it's not the right time for them. This is open for 7 days. If you don't get in now, it won't be open until summer 2017, so it's going to be about 8 months until it's actually available again. It's only available twice a year. Definitely, says Dawn, but it is like it's I know it's life-changing because it's effectively everything that I've done in my life over the last 8 years that has transformed my life. It's completely based on empirical evidence, which is myself. But there's stuff in there that I picked up from some of the best thought leaders in the world over the last decade. I can't take credit for all the exercises. A lot of that stuff I've been through with other thought leaders, and it's transformed my life. I put my own spin on it, and I've coated it in a light dusting of the acting industry, but it might as well be called Bulletproof Plumber, I've said that before, or Bulletproof Personal Trainer, or Bulletproof Window Cleaner, or whatever, because it applies to every human being on this planet. The lessons in there can be applied to anybody, and the great thing is, once you've been through it, guys, the best part of it all is you will have the gifts you have learned from the program, and you'll be able to give them to other people, and that is addictive. When you can have a positive impact on other people's lives and see the changes in them, having become the person that you needed to be for yourself back when you take this program. So what ironically is going to happen is you need someone in your life right now who is effectively going to help you make that change we've been talking about tonight and lead you to more and more success. By the time you finish this program, it's lovely, but it's strange the way it works out. You will become the person who you needed right now, and then you can be that person for everyone else in your life. That's the biggest gift of all. So there is someone you need right now to help you get through what you are going through right now, to get to the next level. You're going to become that person. Does the program change every year? Is it the same every time it's open for registration? The core of the program, Alex, is absolutely the same. The differences are the bonuses and the live webinars that I do. So obviously every group is different. We do the live coaching, so we do a group coaching every week for 5 weeks with the group. everyone in that group is going to be different, so the dynamics of the group, the stories that are told in the group, and the personalities that are going to be in that group are going to be different every single time. And the people who did the program last time do get invited to those calls if they want to have a refresher. So that adds variety. But there are some bonuses that I give away every time it opens, and they are different. So this time we've got a webinar for the first 30 people who sign up with a guy called Luis Diaz, who's one of the world's leading authorities on high performance physicality. So he's in Palm Beach, Florida. Calls, as in phone calls, no Simon, sorry. They're like this, exactly like this. So I use a program called Zoom, and Zoom is effectively like Periscope on steroids. So not only am I here, but you'd get your iPhone or your iPod out or your iPad, you download the Zoom app, and then you would connect to the session where I send you a link, and we all connect to the same session, and you see lots of little screens of everybody. And whenever you want to talk, well, I will mute everybody initially, I will introduce stuff, I will talk, I can present slides and things to you, and then I'll open the floor up and we'll unmute people as they want to speak. And so you might go, right, Si, so how have you found this week? And then you go, okay, I unmute you, and then you can start speaking, and we see you and we hear you, and everybody gets involved. Does it work internationally? Yeah, absolutely, Miss Gypsy, definitely. Wow, sounds amazing, says Simon. No, honestly, it's great because we just create this little community of proper empowered people. Great, thanks. And when does the actual program start after registration closes? So you get access to the program straight away, Alex, so you can actually kick the tires, go and do a few lessons on your own, check it out. You can listen to some of the, there's a podcast on there with a guy called Mark Dharma who changed my life. He's a high performance coach in LA. Absolutely changed my life. I did an hour-long podcast with him. Mark charges, guys, like up to $10,000 an hour for his consulting. He consults with some of the richest people in the world on high performance. He did a 60-minute podcast with me that you get for free if you take part in the program. You could go and listen to that straight away. But ultimately, you do it at your own pace. You get access to everything on day one. But the live calls are where you can get extra coaching. And I also give away some more ninja style strategies than you get just in the program. So we do a lot of stuff on body language and getting into peak state before auditions and just peak state in general. All science-based, no bullshit. It's all backed up by empirical evidence because that's what I'm about. So we do some stuff exclusively on those calls that you don't get in the main program, but you get access to it straight away. Go and kick the tires about, I think, for a week. So if you signed up tomorrow when it's open, let's have a look. The first live call is going to be on the 17th. So you'd actually have 2 weeks until the first live call. So you could get Unit 1 done in the first 2 weeks. And then when you jump on the live call, I would expect everyone to have Unit 1 done, or at least be through it, partway through it, so we can help you. I lost connection. Where can you sign up? So Miss Gypsy, tomorrow, Miss Gypsy, you got the free videos, didn't you? Because I saw your email come through, your email address, because you put as your first name in brackets, Miss Gypsy. It's Karen, isn't it? I remember, up here for thinking, always remember names. So you will get an email at 10 a.m. UK time. Do you know what, guys? If you want, right, okay, let me just see. I don't know if I should do this, but if this page is live, if you are interested in signing up, so you guys definitely get access to the bonuses and you don't miss out if there's a bit of a stampede in the morning. Let me see if this page is actually live. You could actually go and register tonight before anybody else, or you can go and at least look at the course, look at the video. Do you want to do that? Should I give the address away live on Periscope? You get access to the registration page early, and you can go and read all about it. Go on, says Alex. Yes, says Gary. Okay, I'm just going to check this. Actually, all leads to the checkout page, and everything is 100% set up. It should be. It's super exciting. This is where I get a bit of trepidation. I'm like, oh my goodness me, is all the systems set up to actually deliver this in terms of all the technical stuff? It looks like it is. Okay guys, so what you need to do is you can go there right now. This web address will change in the morning. This is only going to be this address tonight. The morning it will just change to bulletproofactor.com. That's all you need to do in the morning is go to bulletproofactor.com. For now, if you go to bulletproofactor.com, it's not hard to guess actually, /register, you can register right now before anybody else. You'll see a countdown timer on there that says registration closes in 8 days, 1 hour, 5 minutes and 7 seconds. You can watch a video on there. Watch the video, it tells you all about the program, and then if you scroll down it will just tell you even more about the program. You'll learn all about what the units are. You'll see that live call stuff. Unfortunately, Hipster, there's no 50% discount. This is a course, honestly, in all seriousness, when we're talking about price, will never be discounted. It will never be discounted. One, because it took me a year to create, literally a year of my life. But more importantly, it took me a decade to actually research. But more importantly, whenever you give anything away with a discount, people do not value it. If people don't pay good money to do a program, they don't value it, they don't do it. This isn't overly expensive at all. Programs that I have been on, very similar to this, I've spent up to $4,000 so far on one program. I spend more today on coaching and programs like this for myself than I've ever done in my life, and yet I'm earning more money now than I've ever earned in my life because I've been investing in these programs. If you are cheap in life, well, if you're cheap in your education, you are cheap in life, and you will never get further than you are now, guys. I promise you, if you are cheap on your education and investing in yourself, you're going to be cheap in life forever. What you've got to understand is you're not paying just for a program here. You're paying for nearly a decade's worth of my life experience that has gone into this. That's what you're paying for. And you're paying for a shortcut to success, so you don't have to go through a decade's worth of getting things wrong and figuring stuff out and trying stuff here and there. You get access to that, and you can do a decade's worth of work in 5 weeks. That's what you're paying for. And I've made it super affordable because there's even a multi-pay option where you can pay a small fee on day one, you pay the same payment 30 days after that, and then the same payment 30 days after that. So you can spread it across 3 months. How do you spell the link? So bulletproofactor.com, so bulletproof, BULLETPROOF, actor, ACTOR, so bulletproofactor.com, and then register is REGISTER, register. Let me know when you're on it, mate. Hopefully I've spelt it right on the page. Gary says he's on it, so it should all be working. There's a video on there, and like I say, a ton of information all about the program. You can also watch some testimonials from people who did the program last time, what they think about it as well, and what it's done for them. There's some great testimonials. I didn't pay the people to do those testimonials. They are completely legitimate. And it tells you who the program's for, who it's not for, the 30-day money-back guarantee that's on it as well. The 30-day money-back guarantee works like this, guys. You buy the program, you go through the units, you have to watch every video. I can tell who's watched what video. The guarantee does not apply to people who buy the course and go, oh, actually, I can't be arsed. No. You go through every video, you fill out your workbooks. I want to see the workbooks filled out. You attend the live calls if you are a VIP member. And if after all that, you are like, Ross, I don't feel like I've had any value from this course. I've not at least 10x my confidence, 10x my motivation, 10x my productivity, and I'm ready for the best year I've ever had in 2017. I will give you every single penny back. We'll still be friends. No questions asked, no hard feelings. There you go. Not a single person out of the 51 people who went through it in February asked for a refund. So the results speak for themselves. But you must commit to it. The refund policy applies to those who commit to the program and go through it. Not for people who suddenly become lazy, can't be asked, and go, oh, I'm just not going to bother. That's not what it's about. But you'll see all the bonuses on there as well. The podcast with Mark, the live webinar we're going to do with Lewis. So if you want to get into physical, peak physical shape, he's going to help you with that. It wouldn't let me. Miss Gypsy, why not? Why won't it let? Why won't it let you? As in, what, it won't let you access it, or what happens if you can't attend a live session, Alex? They get recorded, so you can at least, you won't be able to attend it, but you can at least watch it back, and you can learn from all the ninja stuff that's given out on those, and also from other people's stories. That gets uploaded the next day after the live call has taken place. So, Miss Gypsy, tell me what's happening. Why you say it won't let you? If it let you access the free videos, it should let you access this. Absolutely no problem. I think there's only Russia who I've had to ban from my server because I kept getting loads of spam. Oh, just signed up. Who's just signed up? Gary's just signed up. Bloody hell, Gary is in. He's done that quickly. It's just come through now, saying that you've signed up. Gary is in. Gary, man, congratulations. That's exciting. Gary is the first student for this second intake. Gary, it's going to be one hell of a ride, man. You're going to get an email now, Gary, with your login details. In 5 minutes, you're going to get another email from me, which tells you a little bit about the Facebook group. You're going to get access to 2 Facebook groups now, a general Facebook group for Bulletproof Actor and a VIP group as well, because you've gone for the VIP one. So you're going to get access to that in a minute. You're going to get that email literally in 5 minutes. It's set to send out 5 minutes after registration. So you're going to get that, and your login details should be through right now. So log in. And what would be great is when you join the Facebook group, when you go and request access now, I'll let you into it after authorise that. Record a video for people if you wouldn't mind, saying a bit about yourself, why you've taken the course, what you want to get from it, and just introduce yourself to the group, because you're going to get to know the people in this group really well over the next 7 weeks, because the first live call is in 2 weeks' time. I can't believe you bought it before registration is even open. That's amazing. That's what you get. I look after you guys on the Periscopes. Miss Gypsy, tell me what's happened if you said you can't get access, because I want you to be able to see this, and I will fix it for you. Let me know. America should not be banned from this server. You should have absolute access to this, no problem. I'm pretty sure it's only, let me just double check. I had to ban Russia. I was getting loads of hacking attempts from Russia on my server, just like bots trying to hack me. So I closed it down for Russia. I was like, you're not coming in. Let me just make sure I haven't ticked. So China's banned. Iran, they've gone. Kept getting hacking attempts from them. Antigua and it's Putin, says Alex. I'm not going to say that on a Periscope because he might kill me. Antigua and Barbuda, India had to go as well. United States have got full access. I've just checked it. So Miss Gypsy, you should be absolutely sound as a pound. Somebody else has just jumped on board. Getting messages left, right, and centre. Who's just jumped on board now? The hipster. Boom. The hipster is in. Hipster, congratulations. See, what I would normally do is I'd record you a video now and put it on the Facebook group, me saying welcome to the group, congratulations. I can't do that till tomorrow because then other people will be like, why haven't you let me in early? So I will record you a welcome message tomorrow so we can all rejoice in the fact that you are in. But thank you, man. I appreciate you. And I don't take, guys, I really don't take your investment in me lightly as well. I know for some people this is a lot of money. And I know there are other things that you need to spend your money on. So I promise you, I will over-deliver in this program. And I will do everything that I possibly can over the next 7 weeks to make sure you do hit your next level and you are set up for 2017 with, you know, a bulletproof mindset in order to get what you want. Didn't want to think, just did it. Well, sometimes that's what you've got to do, man. Just change. Like you say, change. We've talked about it tonight. Change is powerful. Sometimes we don't like it, so sometimes you just got to jump and the net will appear. I promise you it will. So yeah, don't take your investment in me lightly. I really appreciate it. Go and check out the intro videos. An intro video telling you how the course works, which is like a screen sharing video. I show you my screen, I'm saying this is how you do this, and this is how you do this. So check that. IT says work on your end game. Is that the one? IT says work on your... Oh, it says work on your end game. Miss Gypsy, talk to me. What are you talking about? Yeah, you should see. I'll show you what you should see. I'll get my iPhone out and show you what you should see. Fanny's laughing now. She's having a good old laugh. You should see this page, something similar to this. It says bulletproof your mindset and guarantee your best year ever in 2017. There's the video all about the course. Here's the countdown timer, and then this is all about the program. What you get access to. These are the features. Then we'll go through all the modules. There you get. There's the live call. See how cool it is? We all get on a live call like that. There's a little bit about me. There's some testimonials. There's Rach. Used to be in Hollyoaks. He's in a show in America called Switch the Birth now. It's Michael Jackson, casting director, testimonial from him. Chris Stone, who it's for, who it's not for, 30-day guarantee. Here are the bonuses, the podcast with Mark. There's Lewis, the webinar we're going to do with Lewis. Everyone who just bought it tonight gets access to that. We're doing an exclusive webinar with Chris Stone as well. He's going to look at your show reels individually, as opposed to just a general show reel surgery. It's going to be specifically for you guys. And there's the registration stuff and some frequently asked questions. So you should be seeing that, Miss Gypsy. That's what you should be seeing. bulletproofactor.com/register. That's all it is. And from tomorrow, anyone watching the replay, you just need to go to bulletproofactor.com. If you go to bulletproofactor.com/register, it won't work. It's just bulletproofactor.com for you guys. After this Periscope, that was just a little exclusive bonus for the guys who were joining us live. So it's exciting. I'm super excited to have you guys on board. Go and watch the intro video. Download your workbooks. You can print them out if you want. I love printing them out because it's quite a bit of paper and ink though. But if you print them out, obviously you're going to be able to write. If you write, generally with muscle memory, it's a bit better. But if you want to create a document on your computer and just type your answers up, that's absolutely fine. I'll try when I get home. Says Miss Gypsy. Oh yeah, maybe if you're at work, if your IT systems don't let you go on somewhere. Where did you watch the videos, Miss Gypsy? The pre-launch videos, the 3 free ones. Was that from home or from work? Because if those pre-launch videos work, you should get access to this because it's hosted on the exact same server, exactly the same. Nothing is different, so you should be able to get access to it if you access there. But yeah, bulletproofactor.com/register. Everyone's going to get an email in the morning, unless you've already signed up to the page anyway, so you're going to be able to access it there. Home, I'm sitting in a gas station watching now. Oh right. There you go. That's probably why they're probably like, right, Miss Gypsy sat in a gas station. That's probably has something to do with why you can't access it. A little bit crazy, but yeah, if you still have trouble, email me ross@bulletproofactor.com and I will sort it out for you. Shouldn't have a problem at all though when you get home. So thanks guys. Have you come and joined the Facebook group? Let me just check if I've got any notifications through. Has anyone asked for the Facebook groups yet? No, you've not found them yet. But yeah, come and join the Facebook groups, guys. The Bulletproof Actor ones, for those who've signed up, for Gary and Simon. Can't get on. I'm in a car park. Why can't you get on, Dawn? This is interesting to know because this is good to know before it goes live if I've got anything to iron out. Why can't you get on, Dawn? Let me know what you're seeing and why you can't access it, because you should be able to access it no problem. You definitely should be no problem because Gary and Simon are signed up, so I wonder why you can't get on it, Dawn. She's in a car park. Oh, Miss Gypsy, you weren't in a... Where are you? Miss Gypsy's in a gas station and Dawn's in a car park. I'm going to see if I can get on it without being on Wi-Fi. If that might be... I don't know why it would... It shouldn't lock anybody out. Let me have a look here. If I turn my home Wi-Fi off and just go on... go on 4G. Let's see if I can. See how dedicated we are. So yeah, I know, Miss Gypsy. I mean, this is serious dedication. You park your cars up in a petrol station and in a car park, and we're going to town. Let me see if I can get access to this. Yeah, it loads perfectly for me on 4G as well. Interesting. Do let me know if you're still struggling later on, because I don't want lots of people to have issues with that at all. It's very weird. I'm literally 1 minute from my house, says Miss Gypsy. Right, we're going to check it out at your house, Miss Gypsy. It's going to be, this will still be at that address for another 2 hours yet. bulletproofactor.com/register. After that, it will change to just bulletproofactor.com at 10 AM UK time tomorrow morning. But yeah, it'd be awesome to have you guys on board, and so looking forward to working with you. It's awesome. Gary's just requested his access, so has Simon, to the VIP Bulletproof Actor group. Let me just let you both in. There's the hipster. Approve. Gary, approve. Someone else wants in, but they haven't bought the course, so they ain't getting in. Don't know how they've even found the address. So I've got you both in the VIP one, and I've got you both in the general group as well, guys. So yeah, happy days. I'm just going to have to delete all these people though who want access, because it's only 4 people who bought the program. So there we go. Amazing. Can't find the word workbooks. A lot to look around. Yeah, so the workbooks site, if you go when you log in, and you'll see all the lessons in one big like tower as you scroll down the page, all the units. And the very first one will say start here, download your workbooks now. When you go into that, there's a little screen capture, and on the right hand side you'll see all the file names for like workbook 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just click on them. You might have to right click and click save as, or depending on your computer, sometimes you can just left click in, it'll download. But download, save the PDFs, and like I say, if you want to create if you don't want to fill them out and print them out, you can just create a document on your PC where you can type in the answers yourself on a plain document. Or some people last time bought a notebook and they just filled out a notebook if they didn't want to print them out. Exciting, says Gary. Got it, thank you, says Hipster. It is, it's awesome. And the start of that video, that welcome video, says something like, today is an awesome day to be you. And it really is. One of the first things you'll be asked to do, guys, as well, is to sign your declaration to become bulletproof. 10 commandments we live by from here on out, and you've got to sign that. I signed that on the 6th of September 2015 was when I first created that document, and you should print that out, even if you're not printing the rest of it out. Print that out, frame it, put it up, see it every day, so that you can remind yourself of the commandments on there, which is great. Right, well, this has gone on quite a while, and I didn't expect people to be signing up to the course on the Periscope, but I massively appreciate you. Yeah, come and introduce yourself in the Facebook group, and I'll be in touch with a schedule of the live calls, guys, over the next few days when it's all died down a little bit. I guess tomorrow's going to be quite hectic. I'll be signed up by the morning, says Miss Gypsy. Amazing, Miss Gypsy. That'd be great. Can we type into the PDF? Right, you can't, Gary, because well, the software to do that was really buggy. When because initially I had that online where people could even type into it, but it's just not, there's not a reliable solution for that ultimately. If you've got a program though, some programs, I think OmniPage and stuff like that allow you to convert PDFs into editable documents, in which case if you've got one of them you could do that. Was the last meet up last Saturday, or was it this Saturday? It's this Saturday, Alex. We're doing a meet up this Saturday in Manchester, 11 AM at Home Theatre for those who are in the north of England. Come and we're doing an Act on This live meetup, and it'll be a Bulletproof Actor meetup now as well, because there'll be people there who are doing this program, so we can talk more there as well. 5th of November, 11 AM, Home Theatre. Right, well, this has been a long one, hasn't it? This has been like an hour and 12 minutes, guys, but I hope you enjoyed Who Moved My Cheese. That was the reason for tonight's scope, but like I say, I'm totally excited about getting people on board with this program. If you've got any questions about it, let me know. Tweet me at RossAGrant, email me ross@bulletproofactor.com. But yeah, ultimately, if you're watching this on the replay, after 10 AM on the 3rd of November and before midnight on the 10th of November, get yourself over to bulletproofactor.com and register today. It's going to be one hell of a ride, but we're going to have you guys more than ready for your best year ever in 2017. I'm super pumped about it. We're gonna smash it, guys. It's gonna be amazing. Right, I'm gonna get going. Any last questions before I go? I'm gonna give you 30 seconds. Anything else to ask? Miss Gypsy's already on her way home from the gas station, getting ready to sign up. Hopefully Dawn's left the car park and he's getting ready to sign up. But yeah, any other questions coming through before I call it a night? Once I sign up, when will I know how to get in? Okay, so what will happen instantly, Karen, once you signed up, is you'll get a few emails through. One will be with a link to where you log in. You actually set your registration details when you register, so you'll set a username, well, your email and your password when you're actually, signing up for the program. You'll get one email with a link to where you log in. You'll then get a second email from me welcoming you 5 minutes after that, so don't worry if you don't get it straight away. It's set to send out 5 minutes afterwards, just so all the transactions have definitely gone through. And that'll have a link, depending on which program you get, the independent one or the VIP one, to the Facebook group or groups, depending on which program you get. And then I'll be sending out an email in a few days' time with a schedule, a calendar of all the live calls. and some information on Zoom, the product that we're going to use to do the live calls on. I might also set up one call that isn't part of the live training, but it's just like a let's test out Zoom call, because I know some people sometimes will have technical problems, or they don't quite know how to work it, or they're not quite confident with the technology. So we'll probably have just let's get together for half an hour on a call, everyone get a coffee, and we'll just have a chat one evening, just about life, nothing in general, just to test out the software, and then we'll start the live calls properly on the 15th. But I'll send you a schedule out for those so you can put them in your calendar so you don't forget. Be active in the Facebook group. We talk a lot about that, and all the students who were on the program last time will be in the Facebook group, or the majority of them as well will be in there, so they'll be able to help you. It's a proper collaborative thing. Won't let me submitted it. What is CVV on registration? CVV is the last 3 digits of your card on the back. So on the back of your credit or debit card, Dawn, you'll have a security code, and the last 3 digits of it on the strip is your CVV. It'll just be 3 numbers normally. I thought so, she says. We'll give you a few seconds, Dawn, before I cut it off. Then let's see if we can welcome you live on the Periscope to it. If it's going to, if you're at that point and you're almost registered, don't rush it. Don't worry. Don't fill in your details wrong or put your email address in wrong or anything like that. I'll give you a few seconds. I love this. I could do. This is exciting, isn't it? CVV stand for, says Fanny. Do you know what? I don't know. Let's Google it and we'll all learn something tonight that's valuable. CVV, what does it stand for? I'll tell you now, Fanny. CVV, card verification value, on your credit or debit card is a 3-digit number on Visa, MasterCard and Discover branded credit and debit cards. On your American Express branded credit or debit card, it's a 4-digit numeric code that you will find on the front of the card, not on the back. So yeah, card verification value. You think it'd just be CVN, wouldn't you? Card verification number. But CVV there. Dawn, so we've all learned something new tonight. Excellent. That's handy to know. Dawn's in an abyss of technology right now. Still looking for a CVV number. Right, I won't put all this pressure on you to get your CVV in, Dawn. I'll leave you to it. But thank you guys for being here tonight. Appreciate you as always. And I'll be looking forward, to working with you on the program, or if not, seeing you on the Periscope on Monday night. I'll be releasing a podcast this Friday again. Go on iTunes, search for Act on This TV, all one word. We do the 5 to Thrive podcast every week. I think there's about 24, 25 of them out at the moment. I'll do another one on Friday. Don't know what it's going to be on yet. Probably won't record it till Thursday. But right, I'm going to close this down and get myself to bed. Thank you. Appreciate you. Buzzing, says Simon. Excellent. Well, I am to have you on board, mate. It's really, really good. And yeah, we're gonna get you out of that rut. All I ask is you don't rush the program. You should take it. Sometimes people, because the first unit and the second unit aren't that long, the tendency is, I just want to kind of smash it and rush it. Really think about your answers for the first and second units. Take it in, absorb it. I would say don't do more than 1 unit a week. Each unit is constructed of lessons, so do all the lessons in a unit, but don't do more than 1 unit in a week. Let it soak in, because this is stuff that you're going to be working with for the rest of your life. By the way, Tom Sherry interview was good. Yeah, Tom's good, isn't he? Really good interview I did with Tom Sherry from Red Production Company. He's an executive producer for one of the biggest production companies in the UK. If you've not seen that interview, go to actonthis.tv right now and you can see that interview. It's on the homepage. It'll be one of the first things you see. Tom's got glasses on in his picture. Great interview. We've got another interview filming this month with Julie Hesmondhalgh. Used to play Hayley in Coronation Street. She's now just finished Broadchurch. She did Banana, Cucumber. She's smashing it. She's absolutely flying, that woman. Loads of great theatre. Does so much for charity. It's like she's everywhere. But I'm going to do an interview with her later on this month. That's probably going to be the next episode of Act on This TV as well. Right, definitely going now, guys. I've taken up more than enough of your time. But thank you, and prepare to become bulletproof. Alright? Oh, look at that. Just at the last minute, as I was about to literally hit the button, I think Dawn is in. She's just come through. Boom. Dawn is there. Excellent, Dawn. She's made it. Wicked. So yeah, look out for an email. Dawn going to be coming through to you in 5 minutes with more details on, and you'll get your login details straight away. They'll be in your inbox pretty much instantly. If not, check your junk folder just in case your inbox filters your email harshly. You might find some stuff in there. You shouldn't do though. Right, definitely going, guys. Thank you so much. Come and join the Facebook groups, and like I say, guys, prepare to become bulletproof. Bye for now.